Egyptians again woke up to new leadership Wednesday, highlighting the sharp differences between the country's secularist and Islamist politicians. The military-backed government has named liberal economist Hazem el-Bablawi as prime minister and Nobel laureate Mohammed el-Baradei as vice president. According to the BBC, Bablawi is known as a free market champion with pragmatic viewpoints. It's el-Baradei who may prove more divisive. An Egypt expert at the Brookings Institute told the Washington Post the new interim VP has a very antagonistic relationship with the Muslim Brotherhood, which won't bode well for Brotherhood reintegration. These appointments were followed by an announcement that the members of the Brotherhood's Freedom and Justice Party would receive cabinet posts. As for whether they'll even accept,
they could seemingly accept the offer of the interim government to take part in this coalition. Their stance has been crystal clear that they want the former president to be reinstated.
An unlikely outcome for ousted President Mohamed Morsi, whose location remains a mystery. Since his ousting, supporters in the Muslim Brotherhood have called for an uprising against the Egyptian army. Their leader, Mohamed Badia, had been accused of instigating violence between Morsi supporters and security forces. State media reports Egyptian prosecutors have ordered his arrest. This comes after interim President Adli Mansour unveiled his timetable for the country's political transition, setting dates for parliamentary and presidential elections. To no one's surprise, the Brotherhood soundly rejected the plan. New York Times columnist Thomas Friedman says there's but one way for Egypt to avoid further political upheaval. Writing, the military, the only authority in Egypt today, has to make clear that it ousted the Muslim Brotherhood for the purpose of a reset, not for the purposes of revenge, for the purpose of starting over and getting the transition to democracy right this time. Another big challenge, securing the IMF's $4.8 billion emergency loan the Morsi government was in the middle of negotiating. But some help has arrived from Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates, both enemies of the Muslim Brotherhood. They've pledged $8 billion in aid between the two. $1.5 billion in U.S. aid is still at stake. Under U.S. law, assistance cannot be sent to any government installed by a military coup. The White House has so far resisted calling the situation a coup. For Newsy, I'm Elizabeth Hagedorn.